So for those names that have already existed, you can see here there's a link at the top called Marketplace. And so these are people that have gone through the auction process, registered these top-level names, and now they're offering for resale, right? So these folks figured that these things were valuable, and as a result, they think there's already effectively a resale market that's been established, and the protocol supports a special transaction that allows you to put it up for resale. But let's see.
So these are the ones you don't have to wait for the bidding. You could just buy these ones outright.
That's right.
And some
so you want at Nakamoto? It'll only cost you a mere 21 Bitcoin.
That's what I was going to say. Pretty expensive names up here. People are going wild with these things.
Well, because things haven't, the auction phase on mainnet has been available for about a little over a year now.
Yeah.
And so there has been activity and people kind of speculating with what might be interesting. I mean, at social might be a pretty interesting, or at health. I mean, you can imagine, Humana at health, Blue Cross Blue Shield at health, You can imagine somebody being interested in some of these politics, red state at politics, blue state at politics, something like that.
Like categories, like total categories, right. Maybe like a Reddit subreddit or something. These could turn into that.
Exactly, and think of these as like also being, these are kind of an anchor around a community. If you wanted to build a community that had a certain, identifiable name to it that, existed across all domains, all mechanisms, maybe this would be a good way to do it. BMW. So for one BTC, you can get at BMW, at IA. I don't know what. Let's go a couple more pages. So let's see.
At IA. All right.
Yeah, I guess that's different than AI.
IA. Intelligence artificial?
Yeah, so Ripple. Okay, let's just say, I mean, obviously Ripple's its own thing, but here you can still create a name at Ripple. Maybe there's like a advocate community around the Ripple token, and you want to kind of use at Ripple as that anchor to that.
Let's look at some of the cheaper ones.
All right, so we'll go low to high here. So you can get at Christmas.
There we go. That's a lot cheaper. What's that?
Yeah.
25.
It's like
1,000.
I think, does that mean it's about
250,000?
$200 maybe or so at today's price? Is that about right? Maybe. So, okay. At Hippo. Maybe if you go in the Explorer and you type one in that you really want and you say it's taken, then I would say the next thing to do is to check the market, see if it exists there. Maybe someone has it up for sale. Now, once a name gets registered, we have no idea who did it, right? So unless they, of their own, initiative, put it on the market, we can never know who exactly owns it. Unless somebody mentions that they are the owner, it can't be known who they are, because the transactions are all through Bitcoin wallets. So there's no mapping back to a person. Now, if you looked at those transactions that went to that registered that wallet and did some chain analysis, you might find that coins that came through that thing went back to, say, an account on Coinbase, and then, okay, we know this came from Coinbase, and we know it came out on this, output, and we could then subpoena Coinbase for their user list and maybe figure out who you are. But that's a lot of effort and usually requires some sort of, judge's order in the U.S., that is. Obviously, this is global. But that, that's a lot of effort to figure out who owns something.
Yeah.
But
This is,
so
this is Bitcoin only. It's strengthening the Bitcoin ecosystem. You transact in Bitcoin. You live in Bitcoin.
That's right. And so, if you really want to maintain your anonymity, then use non-KYC Bitcoin to fund your wallet, to do your auctioning, to do your registration, and you will have the best possible situation. Or you might even throw in a blinded transaction somewhere in the middle just to be super safe. We're not going to
What's that?
Advocate any potential mechanisms, but it's there are ways to increase your privacy.